There's gossip circumventing that the FBI has talked with the scandalous individuals from CABO 6, and that the Mexican side needs to get the content of these discussions the entire month has passed starting from the beginning of the authority examination by the American specialists and the blameworthy, in Shanquella Robinson's passing, actually stroll around. Yet the circumstance changes rapidly in here are the new updates. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live Station. We continue to follow the sad occasions that ended the existence of the American resident Shanquella Robinson during her excursion in Mexico last year now, with both Mexican police and FBI directing their autonomous examination. We have our expectations that the guilty parties will be rebuffed soon, and it appears to be that they are arriving. Stay with us for the following a few minutes to learn more. The FBI has been really quiet since they openly declared in the press about the start of the authority examination of the North Carolina occupant Shanquella Robinson. The U.S. specialists picked the lead and free examination, albeit the Mexican investigators have been chipping away at the case since October 2022. When the misfortune happened, Mexico's position convolutes with every one of the individuals from the gathering that Shanquella had been going with passing on the nation and returning to the States, while there has been no authority proclamation from the U.S. side about the idea of the wrongdoing. The recording with two anonymous ladies, one of whom was subsequently perceived as Shanquella, turned into a web sensation on the web and made a boisterous bang in the public eye with the gradualness of the examination cycle and the way that something was basically dull in the entire story. Fans were getting dubious. One fan genuinely responded, "They know her name, they simply won't give her story a similar inclusion as a white lady." It's baffling as damnation. The FBI at FBI Charlotte at State Division at the Equity Division. I genuinely accept Shanquella's case is forfeited for an economic accord line issues or data on the cartels. One more client of Twitter remarked about the sluggish work of the specialists and their craving to quiet the examination. The FBI will chase down and guarantee public mindfulness for an American white lady killed in an unfamiliar nation, yet won't make the slightest effort for a person of color, whereas the report on the homicide of Shanquella Robinson and FBI at FBI Charlotte at State Division at the Equity Division. Imagine she was white. The FBI has at long last consented to involve the video in their examination, evidently on the grounds that it was recorded at a similar estate where Robinson's body was found. The upsetting film that was reposted on each virtual entertainment and seen by a large number of individuals shows one lady viciously and over hitting one more young lady, while a man who was recording all that was remarking with a conspicuous American pronunciation essentially retaliate separated from recording this assault on his cell phone. He didn't actually consider meddling. The tablets distributed numerous screen captures of this recording and asserted that the lady enduring an onslaught was Shanquella and her assaulter was one of her partners in crime, in spite of the fact that we can't see the casualty's face on the recording. And there has never been true proof that the lady on that recording is for sure Shanquella. The Mexican specialists view this proof in a serious way. You see Robinson's passing, and its subtleties are encircled by various debates. Consequently, the examiner guarantees that when the police showed up at the lavish town in Cuela, and her companions leased for a getaway, the casualty was at that point dead. And as per the police report, Robinson was treated for liquor harming by a nearby specialist, who was critically brought to the spot while conversing with Shanquella's family. CABO 6 expressed that inebriation was the reason for death anyway. It was subsequently affirmed by Robinson's mom, Salamandra, that the consequences of the post-mortem didn't match this whole story at long last, getting the interpretation of her little girl's demise. Endorsement Salamandra figured out that it was truly different breaks of the spinal rope and neck that prompted her kid's passing. Considering this sickening revelation, Chancellor's mom communicated her interests about the genuine new development that had happened to her girl in Mexico. She said that she felt happy and eased to realize that both Mexican specialists and the FBI treated in a serious way and researched as a homicide anyway. With a wary methodology and insufficient proof, they can't point at someone in particular and convict him as of now. Mrs. Robinson doesn't have the foggiest idea about why Shanquella's companions told her it was inebriation while the gain dissection report plainly expressed the genuine reason for death affirmed by an expert, presently realizing that Shanquella's demise was not a mishap. The Mexican examiner altered his perspective and reported that they will explore this case as a manslaughter already before the video was spilled to the press. And online, the authorities were careful in guaranteeing that Shanquella's demise qualifies as murder. Clearly, the recording of the attack pushed the examination forward and gave Mexico more certainty. And the course where to search for the offender. Lizard Robinson, who saw the video, quickly perceived the casualty as her little girl and asked why nobody who was in the room with Shanquella didn't hurry to safeguard her. Clearly, the casualty didn't have a potential for success against her assailant. Individuals being referred to are the gathering of companions Shanquella went to Mexico with. As per her mom, every one of them knew one another since school, and she by knew part of the gang. He was one of the dearest companions of the person in question and regularly visited their home in Salamandra, even permitted him to go along with them on vacations anyway. She has not heard a solitary word from him, said she got the interpretation of the passing testament. The mother supplicates that she will at long last find the solution, since realizing what precisely befell her girl would permit her to rest around evening time. Lizard reviews that Shanquella was a sort and cordial individual, and can't envision was the conceivable explanation that could prompt such a merciless assault and whipping her girl. Do you additionally feel that these purported companions are concealing something and dialing back the examination significantly more anyway? There isn't a lot of uplifting news for the Hello family. Such a long ways with all individuals from CABO 6 earnestly passing on Mexico and returning to the U.S. There isn't a lot of that the FBI and Mexican specialists can do. Fans are rankled in light of the fact that they feel like somebody is purposely slowing down the cycle. One individual composed on Twitter, Shanquella's story is disappearing as her killers lie unreservedly among us, passing on her friends and family to endure without replies concerning why they covered their lone kid. #equity for Shanquella CABO 6 Crime Mexico #FBI Shanquella Robinson. And one more remarked respecting Shanquella Robinson is something worth being thankful for. Yet at FBI in the Mexico authority should be more in regarding her by moving in on Winter, Donovan Malik, Dyer Aliso, Wyatt Cale Coke Deshauna, Jackson, Nisa Wiggins, and the removal cycle should be for every one of them. We trust that the guilty parties rest severely on the grounds that the eyes of the entire web are on this case, and the fans won't allow this story to bite the dust until the liable are found. Shanquella's not set in stone to battle for reality too, and her sister Tequila long offered a public expression saying that they are presently fundraising for future examination and lawful charges. Even with the video becoming famous online on the web, the U.S. specialists continue to defer the examination. The family is crushed by such information and continues to fundraise to cover the expenses. As of now, they have gotten more than $350,000 of gifts, including the liberal gift of $50,000 made by, in any case, yet Kyrie Irving, the b-ball star, and a player of the Brooklyn Nets. As we are trusting that the examination will unfurl quicker, the FBI endeavors to demonstrate that CABO 6 is truly connected with the episode. Anyway, after the enormous declaration that the case isn't open and the FBI is gathering proof, no further remarks followed as it was expressed by the state head legal officer's office of Mexico. The two examinations are not associated, yet the FBI could have proactively addressed the individuals from the gathering. Shanquella was visiting the Mexican hotel with the Mexican side previously affirmed that they'd regard Robinson's passing as conceivable femicide, notwithstanding what the police report says, and will really buckle down. Until they find the truth with these assertions, Shanquella's family, and various fans again, get the expectation that the secretive instance of Robinson's passing at the Mexican retreat will before long reach its coherent consummation. As one fan remarked on Twitter, "I'm happy that U.S. Equity Framework at FBI is addressing Mexico clinical staff's inability to act fittingly in regards to #Shanquella destruction. I just expectation that all included are manage the unfeeling mentalities of the #CABO 6 can't be disregarded nor upheld, none can continue without some kind of restraint." And one more reference that it very well might be longer than we, as a whole expectation. Shane Carla Robinson's case is as yet open. The Mexican government provided a warrant for the capture of the lady participated in battling her. It's being converted into English, which can require months. So it is exact prior to being given to the FBI to get the denounced. We would all adoration to perceive how this story closes, and in particular, the suitable discipline will view the people who are unquestionably blameworthy of ending the existence of a young lady away. We should cross our fingers that the FBI and the Mexican specialists will accelerate the examination. And we, as expected, will be following the information to impart it to you. Remember to like this video and buy into our channel. We will be returning soon with another piece of data.